Good morning. My name is Julia. This is the fucking yoga company. No, not that kind of yoga. Today is a Viniyoga practice, which is a traditional therapeutic practice in which we will be focusing on movement and joints and breathing. It's kind of a different type of style of yoga that most of you have probably done in the past, but you know what? It's wonderful. I love it. I am drinking coffee. I'm sorry. No, it's not very yogic, but it prevents me from murder. So coffee or murder? Depends on the day. All right. So we're going to start in seated position, comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like for you. We're going to take a moment and pull our attention and awareness from the external to the internal. We're going to scan the body and check in, taking a notice of the state and quality of the physical form. Where are you already feeling leftover response or new response from what happened during the week? Maybe you just got out of bed and you're feeling a little wonky. Let's just notice what's going on with the physical form. We're going to pull that attention and awareness into the state and quality of our thinking and check in. Maybe your to-do list started first thing this morning. Maybe you're still kind of getting your motor going. Let's slide all of those things that are creating noise or drawing our attention off to the side. We want to create a nice, clear, open field of thought for the practice so that we can spend our time only on our mat. And once you've cleared out that nice open field of thought, let's pull that into the awareness of the breath. We're just going to notice the natural, intuitive rhythm of breath without any control. We traditionally in yoga breathe into and out of our nose, but if you are having sinus issues, it is August in Colorado. We've had some fires, so you might be having some, reaction to the smoke. Just breathe as comfortably as you can, but we're going to just notice the state and quality of our natural breath. All right, so we're going to work into a breathing rhythm, and I like to call it the ocean swelling breath. It just helps me picture it as it happens in my body. And we're going to start drawing breath in through the nose, if you can, through the chest. We're going to expand the ribs and then expand the belly. And then as we exhale, we're going to collapse the belly, engage the diaphragm, release the breath out of the space under the ribs, and then let the chest and shoulders relax. So we're going to start pulling those breaths into the lungs, and we want to increase the length of breath so we can balance inhale and exhale. With the next exhale, let's lengthen out the arms, reaching down toward the mat. We're going to just add a sweep of the arms toward the ceiling with our next inhale. We're going to work to connect the speed of the movement of the body to the length and balance of the breath. We initiate with the breath first, and then move the body. And then we initiate with the exhale and then move the body. So let's inhale up and we're going to take our lateral extension. We're going to just drop the fingertips over to one side, relax the space between the ear and the shoulder. Just take the ribs up. And we're going to switch. Inhaling through center, taking a little more length out of the spine. Taking that left side over, keeping that space open between the shoulder and the ear. Just taking a little tilt. Nice, easy stretching through those lateral obliques and the lats, the transverse abdominis. We're going to take this on the last side, and then we're coming up and we're going to take an easy forward fold. So let's inhale through our extension and then exhale, tracing fingertips down. I'm just going to lean into the hands. I'm not going to go full deep into a bow yet. We're going to hold here and we're going to work this breath. So we're going to inhale, lengthen the spine, come up through the length of the arms, keeping them soft. Exhale, we're just going to release for this easy bow. Starting with that inhale, let's lengthen and flatten the spine. Keep the chin tucked and working through. Just moving the body with the length and balance of the breath. We're going to come on up, walking through. Let's take our stretch. I guess walking through the hands. Nice, lovely open arm reach. If you happen to be sitting cross-legged, we're going to change the cross the legs. Take a little rock side to side. And we're going to take an inhale up. We're just going to move our shoulders and elbows. So let's just drop the arms back. Give me a little squeeze. Now reach around. We're going to lean into the C curve, tucking the chin. Reach those fingertips away from the center of the chest. Inhaling, nice, lovely open arm circle. Just sweep back. And lean back into that C curve, taking a little bow of the chin. We're just moving with that breath. Nice, lovely, long space through the inhale. Exhaling, leaning back. One more time. So we're going to come up through that inhale, and we're going to take that same moderate, I will call it, work through the forward fold. So I'm just leaning a little forward into my hands, soft in the elbows. My jaw is relaxed, my shoulders are relaxed. Let's take our inhale here. Just feel the spine flatten and get long from the crown of the head down the length of the spine to the tailbone. And then exhale, it's just a mid-range, easy bow. We're going to take 2 more repetitions. Remember to try to initiate the movement with the breath and then initiate the movement with the exhale. We're going to walk our hands back, taking that length through the stretch and reaching on up. Let's release those fingertips down and open. Nice, lovely open circle. We're going to move to hands and knees. I like to pad my knees with a blanket. And we are going to move today actually through a moderate warrior one. So we will come to standing, but it's going to be very, very shallow in terms of length of feet placement on the spot on the mat. So we're going to put our knees on the mat, placing 2 fist widths together between the knees. Taking the, excuse me, heels of the hands out from under the shoulders, half to a full palm's length. We're going to just engage the core slightly, rock those shoulders down. And we're going to work through Shakravakasana bow and start through there. So let's just take an inhale. Initiate with the exhale. We're going to release the chin. Place the forearms to the mat to flatten the upper back. Now engage the core, tilt the tailbone, and sweep back into the bow, wiggling the fingers, rolling the wrists, making some fists. Inhaling as you come forward, and initiate with the breath. Exhale, and then tuck the chin, releasing the forearms, sweeping hips back. Wiggling the fingers, rolling the wrists. So we're going to take 4 more of these. You're moving with your length and balance of breath. Try to keep the neck and face soft. This will be the last repetition here. Let's hang out here in child's pose for a minute. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists, make some fists. Just take the energy in the body. How is the low back feeling? How are the knees feeling? I'm having some nerve numbness in my left hand between the COVID and my already impinged radial nerve. Having some issues. I'm a side sleeper. That happens when you like to conk out on one side. All right, with our next ocean swelling inhale, we're going to come forward. And so we're going to be moving back and forth between cobra and our child's pose. So let's inhale, initiate the inhale. We're going to come all the way forward. Come on down. Exhale. Inhale, tuck the chin, lift the chest, drop those shoulders open and back. Exhale. We're going to push through the hands and release ourselves into child's pose. Initiate with the inhale. Exhale through to the release to the belly. Inhale, engage up. Exhale, release. And push through. Or fold back into child's pose. We're going to do 2 more of those in repetition. And now I'm going to release in the bow. I'm going to rest the back of my forehead on the back of my hands. Nice wide open elbows. Take a little rock side to side, and we're just going to notice the energy in the low back, in the shoulders, in the core. And now let's come on through and take a little child's pose. So we're just going to swap out our release and take a few breaths right here and fold. All right, let's come to standing on our knees. I'm going to rebalance the weight so that I can be balanced side to side, keeping my weight balanced front to back so that I'm not flipping up with my toes or digging deep into my quads. I'm going to inhale and start that ocean swelling breath. As you exhale, we're going to drop hips, collapse around the waistband. We're taking a double arm sweep and releasing into a bow. Inhale. We're going to slowly unwind. It's a little reverse crunch, Vajrasana. Flow here. And coming on down. We're going to come down in this bow, and I'm going to turn my head to one side. Now, I'm going to lay on the mat. I lied. I'm going to come on up for a second. I'm going to take my block and add that weight, but you could fold a blanket underneath your head. You could roll up a towel. I want you to be as comfortable as you can. We're going to be laying on the side of our face. We're going to tuck arms back, and we're just going to rest. Big stretch through the neck. Bring those hands around. We're going to lift the body and switch. Bringing the hands around. Let's come off that fold. I'm going to move my block. And we're going to come forward through hands and knees. And we're going to work a little process where we take a child's pose. We're going to tuck into our downward facing dog and back down into, let's see, how am I going to describe this? We're going to take an inhale here. We're going to come back for our child's pose. We're going to inhale forward. tucking those toes, and we're just going to lift. Inhale, take the knees down. Exhale, releasing into child's. Initiate with the inhale. Exhale into that press. Nice, easy lift with the hips, and easy placement of the feet. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. Chair into a forward fold into the lift. So soften the knees, balanced in the hips. We're going to inhale up. We're going to exhale into our forward folding chair, Ardha Utkatasana. Inhale, lengthen the legs just to that comfort, just to that easy stretch. Exhale. Inhale. That's it. So we're lifting through the stretch, Tadasana. We're going to come down into our forward folding chair, Ardha Utkatasana. We're going to gently lengthen the legs for a forward fold, Uttasana. Release back down. And then slowly lift for the stretch. That's it. Let's take 3 or 4 more of those. Exhale in the fold. Inhale with that little extension of the legs. Exhale. Slowly inhale. 3 more, just like that. That's Una. I am so sorry. She's dreaming. 2 more. And come on up. We're going to release the arms down to the sides. We're just going to take a few resting breaths. And just travel through the body, noticing where you're feeling some response. Legs, hips, back, shoulders. All right, I'm going to take a short step back. I'm going to start with my right foot, and I want you to be a little shallower, shorter, front to back with this warrior 1 foot. Give me lateral space side to side between those feet. Hips are going to be turned as far forward as you are comfortable. And we're going to work through warrior 1 and triangle pose, forward folding pyramid, right? Not triangle pose, I lied. So we're going to come on up through our inhale. We're going to exhale, dip gently into that knee, squeeze the elbows back. Inhale up, and now we're going to take a gentle forward fold. Just coming on through. I'm going to rest my hands on the top of my leg. Bend the knee, inhale up. Squeeze back for that gentle warrior 1. Lengthen the leg. Rest the hands on the top of the thigh. With your exhale, release for this fold. Bend that knee. Inhale up, squeeze those elbows back, draw up, and we're going to exhale into this fold. We're going to do that 3 more times. I'm going to come down for this fold. Just touch the mat to step the back foot front. Let's take a gentle forward fold, little rock side to side, little bend and extension of the legs. And now we're going to bend the knees, lift the head and shoulders, and take our stretch up. Release those hands all the way back. And let's notice the energy that we have generated through that left side of the body. All right, I'm going to take my left foot back. So I'm just going to step back for that shallow warrior 1. Will give me some lateral space between the feet so that we can move with this stretch. I'm going to start with my inhale. So I'm going to sweep up through the inhale. Take that gentle press forward. I'm nice and shallow. I'm going to keep my knee back over the heel. Inhaling, let's extend up, and exhaling, take our fold. Bend the knee, inhale. Continue that stretch up and exhale. We have 3 more of those to go. Last one. I'm going to release my hands to the mat. Step my foot forward. Let's drop into a little forward folding chair here. Just take this hang. We're going to come down into the crouch so that we can transition to seated. I'm going to move my blanket out of the way, and I'm going to come down to my back. Smells a little coffee first. And we are going to recline. All right, take a little rock side to side with the hips. A little tilt up with the feet, a little wiggle of the toes. And then let's just notice the energy of our body as we lay here on the mat. All right, we're going to work a little reclined extension symmetrically. So that means we're going to work both sides of the body. We're going to have an arm sweep and a leg extension. So we're going to float the knees over the hips. And then as we've done this one before, if you've been doing Vinny with me, we're going to float the toes to the ceiling. Very little energy in the legs. We just want to feel the weight of the legs, the leverage of the legs. Press the hips down into the mat. And as we extend the legs, we're going to sweep the arms up, snow angel style, and add that extra leverage through the stretch of the spine. And then slowly return everything to neutral. So I'm going to be resting my hands palms down at my hips, but it's a little rotation through to turn the palms up as we kind of aim in with the thumbs. And then we're going to release down, aiming down with the pinkies, and then turning the hands to rest. All right, so let's exhale all the air out of the lungs to start. And now let's initiate the inhale. And then slowly float the legs up as we extend the arms. Feel the extension of the spine, stretch, exhale. Two more repetitions. Release the feet to the mat. Take a gentle sway side to side. Just take a moment and let's just notice the energy of our body. Sorry, people are always trying to get a hold of me during our class. I hate it. Just gotta make sure it's not one of you guys needing to get a hold of me for some reason. All right, let's relax. I know, terrible production value. All right, we're going to slide our heels a little closer to our hips. We're going to work a little active bridge here. We're going to keep our arms static today. So we're tucking the chin. We're going to exhale all the air out of the lungs. We're going to start that ocean swelling breath and press into our feet. Try to keep the shoulders and the triceps engaged. As we lift and press the weight into the shoulder blades, lift the hips. Exhaling, slide that spine down. Controlling. The tailbone is the last thing to touch. Remember to initiate with the inhale first. Four more repetitions right here. 2 more. Releasing the weight of the body into the mat. Just take a resting breath and let's notice now the energy of the body from knees to shoulders. All right, let's lengthen legs. And we're gonna add an arm sweep and a head tilt turn, but we're extended, so sometimes we do this with our feet on the mat, knees to the ceiling. I want you to get that nice long stretch through the lumbar. So we're gonna just work asymmetrically, so we're gonna do both sides alternating. And we're gonna work our breath with that snow angel sweep, but we're going to turn the head away. We're gonna work back into this neck stretch, and then we'll inhale, returning it to center, just gaze toward the ceiling. So let's exhale all the air out of the lungs to start with. Make sure we've got some clearance. And let's initiate with the inhale. I'm gonna go right arm up first, and then turn the head as far as you can away from the stretch of that arm. Exhale, we're sweeping the arm back toward the hip and returning the head to center. We're gonna do the same on the other side. So we're going to take 2 more repetitions in both directions, so 4 times. One more set. I'm going to bring my feet to the mat, and I'm going to relax my breath and take just that exhale, and notice now the energy through the stretch of the spine, the lumbar, the shoulders, and the neck. All right, we are going to take our arms out to I'm gonna call it a W shape, right? Little wider than goalpost. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists, make some fists. We're gonna move the toes out to the edge of the mat. We're gonna take our wind, and then we're gonna take some pelvic tilts. We're gonna finish off with some Apanasana and a nice long Shavasana. So relax out of the shoulders. Let's exhale all the air out of the lungs. We're gonna inhale to prepare. Initiate that exhale and let's connect that sweep of the knees over to one side with that nice slow release of breath. Inhaling up to center. So we're going to let our knees drift over to that first side, and we're going to hang there for a 4 to 6 breath stay. Let's do 6. Releasing the weight of the legs over to one side, you're going to let the inside knee hang a little deeper to the mat. Let's just take our breaths here in the stay. Two more of those breaths. Let's slowly bring the legs up. Take a little wiggle, a little rock side to side. And now let's let those knees drift over to the other. Let's come on up, walk those feet in. Just relax the knees. Maybe if you want to extend your legs, go ahead. We're just going to take a moment here to breathe and notice the state and quality now of the low back and the hips. All right, let's walk the feet in a little bit. We're going to work just some pelvic tilts. So we've done some active bridge. We've done some longer extensions. And now we're just going to take our last little 2 rounds, pelvic tilts and Apanasana. So relax the shoulders, relax the arms. We're going to exhale to prepare. And as we inhale, so we've got to move very slowly and just take the hips off the mat, just the hips to the ribs. Releasing with that exhale. We're going to take 3 more repetitions just like that. Let's do 1 more. We're going to sweep our fingertips up over the knees. Take that big inhale at center. Exhale, draw the knees toward the body, lift the hips. Inhaling, extend it. Let's do 2 more. And now let's bring those knees in, give them a squeeze. Wiggle the toes, roll the ankles. Take a little sway side to side. All right, we're going to release feet to the mat. Now I want you to take a notice of the body. Where would you like to rest for Shavasana? I think I'm going to actually extend legs today. We did a lot of extension, a lot of back extension. So being long on the mat is going to feel good in that lumbar curve. I'm going to move my body a little bit longer away from the hips. This is where you can tuck a blanket under your knees. You can roll a blanket under the neck. You can fold a blanket under the hips and low back, but we want to get into that position that we can rest the weight of the body into the support of the floor. And now we're just going to relax our breath. Soft, easy inhale, soft, silent exhale. Let's draw our attention and awareness into the state and quality of the forehead. And let's relax all those tiny little muscles and nerve endings. Feel the space around the eyes go soft. Unclench the teeth. Relax the energy out of the cheeks. Let the tongue drop away from the roof of the mouth. And let's feel soft down both sides of the neck, relaxing shoulders. Feeling the biceps and triceps release their energy. Little relaxation through the forearms, wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists, and then let's rest the upper body against the floor. Travel through the length of the spine from between the shoulder blades, down through both sides of the ribs. Maybe a little rock side to side with the hips. A little tilt to the tailbone, and then release the glutes. Let the body and the torso rest. Let's relax the energy out of the quads, releasing this tension behind the hamstrings and the knees. Little flexion of the calves, maybe a rock side to side, wiggle the toes, roll the ankles, and now let the entire body rest. We're going to move our attention and awareness into the space and quality of our thinking. And there might be some things bumping around in there, pinball style. Let's slide those things off to the side. Let's hold that open silence, that open space. And then let's just follow the inhale and exhale into and out of the lungs. Sorry about that. We live in a circus right now. Now slowly start increasing the length of that breath, pulling nice, long, slow inhale, releasing with that slow. Reach out to the side, stretching through the center of the arms. Nice, long, big stretch out. And then I'm going to sweep those arms up over the head. Reach and stretch the legs long. Letting the hands drift down towards the hips. Let's slowly bring the knee up. Give I'm going to bring the other knee up and give it a squeeze. Hugging both knees into the body. Let's just take a little rock side to side. When you're ready, we're going to rock completely to one side. Let's rest our head on our arm and just take a moment, 2 or 3 just natural breaths right here. Now I'm going to extend my top leg and slowly with my hands, walk my hips. Taking a little rock side to side, coming back up to comfortable seated position. However that looks to you at the end of practice, roll those shoulders back. Take a nice long lean, add the tilt. I'm hooking my fingers over the top of the knees. Little bow forward, big stretch to one side. And now let's stack shoulders over ribs, ribs over hips, and take a scan of the body, checking in and noticing the quality and state of the physical form on this end of the practice. Moving that attention and awareness into the state and quality of our thinking in. And now if you have a to-do list, we can start moving some priority items back to the top of the list with a little bit of elbow room. So no pushing, no shoving. And finally, just noticing that intuitive inhale and exhale, state and quality of the natural breath. I'm going to blink my eyes open, releasing practice. I want to take this lovely, nice long stretch up to the ceiling. If this is not going to feel your jam, you do not have to join me. Letting all of that go and taking a moment to honor your body for doing all that you have to do today and all the hard work it does to get you from one end of the week to the other. Some weeks it's easy. Some weeks it is a struggle. Hey, my name is Julia. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at yoga@jclynn.com. The website is www.theffingyyogablog.com. Calendar's there. My blog posts are there. Generally, my rant and raves about yoga and life in general. You can hit the t-shirt store there. It gets a little swag. Nice, something like this. The calendar's there, and there are some purchase links available on the calendar. If you are, and you can subscribe to my email list. Keeping an eye out for the yoga book, the fucking yoga book, Yoga for the Rest of Us, all of the benefits, none of the bullshit. Audio, ebook, paperback, that's coming out. That will be coming out soon. We're just going to get ourselves amped up for that. And outside of that, guys, let's see, what day is it? It's Friday. I don't even know what day it is. If you have a weekend, enjoy your weekend. Thank you.